I know what drugs he's been doing.
Everything.
All of them
Like I said, I'm doing them all. Welcome back to Coolin Out.
Kev.
Sal.
Rel.
Happy hip hop.
It's been
Ooh, I like that. Happy hip hop.
It's been an insane week.
Ooh, yeah.
Insane.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
We got.
You know what we start.
Yeah, we gotta start.
We gotta start with your boy. I'm gonna let y'all. One of y'all.
I don't know, but where to start in that?
Well, I actually, so Jarrell threw a little house get together on Saturday, and we just finished wrapping it up in the roof. You know, we was helping bringing everybody down, and someone, Terrence, an old guest we had, decided to buy us pizza. And right when, I don't know when, but someone got a text saying Carl got a text saying there was a new Drake. Everything stopped.
Nigga said, put it on Bluetooth.
Put it on Bluetooth. It's not connected. It's not connected.
It's sad as a family.
And we listened to the new Drake song, and
that?
it was so nice. Like, I watched it. Everybody, you was with your girl. Like, you was over here. You was close with Meg, and I was just like, this is nice. Like, we came all the way from college doing shit like this.
Yeah, that was a vibe.
We gotta take a step back though.
Yeah.
Cause I gotta talk about when Duddy first came out.
Dubby.
My bad. See, look,
I saying COD.
No, look, I already forgot now. Cause Adidon that dropped. I'm like, oh shit, Duddy. I heard Adidon. I heard two D's. I said, alright, Duddy. Dubby dropped, and I ain't gonna lie. Like, Dubby dropped, what was that, last Friday? Friday night. Pusha T album came out, and I was in the morning. I'm like, yo, Pusha T album is fire. I'm like, yo, this shit is fire. Around like 5 or so. Dubby came out, and I was like, fuck that bitch. This nigga got cornrows in 2018. I ain't listen to none of his music ever again.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, Drake killed him. Then he dropped I'm Upset. That was Saturday.
I'm upset.
And I was like, yo, he should really try to Meek Mill him. and then, am I saying Adidon? Is that how you say it?
Adidon?
And then that dropped.
What were your thoughts? You saw my thoughts at the 10th.
Yeah. First of all, I had 38 text messages before I even got to the song. I'm in the gym, right? I'm not checking my phone. I look up, I got 38 messages. I'm like, yo, what the hell just happened? I mean, it's obviously fire. It's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet from Charlamagne. He was like, this is like pop levels of disrespect. And I was like, damn, it is. This is like super disrespectful.
Like that sickle cell with 40s.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't even know 40 was sick. That's why, like, I first heard it, I was like, haha, that's cool, that's funny.
Oh, no.
And then my girl was like, this boy got multiple, like, scoliosis. I was like, damn, he got like 5 years to live. But I wouldn't even say it like that. But once Pusha said it, I was like, this is disrespectful as shit. Like, that, to one of his moms, his pops, his so-called child that he ain't taken care of. Allegedly. His baby moms, allegedly.
He said that, yeah, Adidon, whatever, is supposed to be the name of his new Adidas line.
Yeah, Drake's new Adidas line.
For his son Adonis. I don't know, this is what I just been reading.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. Like,
alright, so I guess let's take it in what a...
Doopy.
Yeah. Which one do you think is better?
Between Duppy and I'm Upset?
Yeah.
Duppy?
No, I'm upset.
Oh.
Story.
That's the weakest song that came out.
Okay, thank you. I want to say something about that also.
Oh, that's the
Because Saturday, when that song dropped, I was like, I was like, this song is alright, but like, we all lit. We in the apartment, and we having fun. So I'm like, I'm listening to it, but it's super loud. You mentioned how music, when you feel the bass, it drowns you out. And I was like, this song is just
hit.
I was like, this song is just alright.
That's what I was concerned.
I was like, this song is just alright. This song is just alright. But everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people at the party were just like, this shit goes. And I was like,
it's cool.
I was like, it's cool, but
I've been drinking, and this is just cool. This doesn't fare well. I'm like, it's smooth.
I'm lit right now. This ain't really rocking with me right now.
You got the game pause, man.
Yeah. And I heard that, I was like, alright, cool. But so yeah.
And it's the way it was like, I'm upset. You just dropped it. I thought it was a back-to-back situation.
Yeah.
So when I get, I'm upset.
It was, I felt like that wasn't even meant to be a diss.
Nah.
Oh no, it's a single for the album.
Okay,
that shouldn't be.
That one shouldn't be.
You know, we could get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But between Duppy
and... Alright, you hear Duppy. What sticks out to you in Duppy? We could just take it and then we just see what we like better. You hear Duppy. What lines of bars? Like, ooh.
was more just shock that because I like that Drake. I think like W. It's about the context of the entire song. And at first, I think the song is fire. I don't think it's like any like 1 or 2 bars that I'm like, that's a lie. I'm lying. When he came at Kanye and Pusha being you older than nigga you run behind. that's a lie. Now I'm like, alright, I lied. So when I heard that, I was like, ooh. But it's context because it's like Pusha's album dropped like what?
That Friday.
That morning.
Yeah.
And then W dropped like a response like within 8 hours maybe. Like I was at work at 9. I listened to it like 5 o'clock. I was like, oh shit! Like Drake already dropped a response. And the song is just fire. I think it's like an overall like a really like a dope song. I loved it. I loved the energy on it. I was like, yeah, alright, cool. Drake responded. This is what I need. This is what I need. I needed him to respond to this because I really didn't think he was gonna respond.
Yeah.
Did you think he had to though?
I didn't think he had to because Pusha been doing this for years. So I thought it would be like maybe a line you can interpret to him on the album or something.
Yeah, like
I didn't see this.
A little jab.
Yeah.
But that's why when W came out, I was like, oh, like Drake won war.
You fed up.
Yeah,
you tired
of some of that. But it was just the overall feel of it, like the invoice he sent to them on Instagram. I was like,
oh yeah, the whole
yeah. I was like, he going in, like he really wants smoke.
Yeah, for what is it, promotional assistance and
Yeah,
career revival.
Career revival.
And Push was like sending 20. He sent 100,000.
Yes, he came work. I think he went harder at Kanye on the track. He
without
Pusha.
that out without question.
Yeah, I think he was harder at Kanye.
White lines on there, Kanye.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, when I heard those, like I was like,
The
oh
sigh.
shit, the sigh. It just felt like he's been doing this for a minute. Like he's been getting at Drake for a while, and what I kind of liked was that and when Charged Up came out, you didn't know if Drake fully really wrote all his raps. Like you kind of was a little skeptical about it. Now there's no question, like there's no, like you can't debate this anymore. This isn't even a conversation. So for him to continue on this thing, I was watching the Breakfast Club interview and I was just like, Drake isn't really gonna, he's not gonna respond. Like you make way more money than him. There was no point. And then like when I got that text with the ring on it, I was like, holy shit, like Drake could really do this. Like I don't think he could beat Pusha. It's like the Warriors versus Cleveland, like I really don't.
Nah, that's a big gap.
I don't think. I don't know. I just. But Pusha T, lyrical. I think he's way more lyrical. Than Drake, and Drake has to come heavy if he's gonna beat Pusha. But I think he's capable of it now. I think he can do.
Supposed to be coming, which I would think we all assume was coming anyway. I think this is just.
It's coming.
You said your demise will be televised. You about to go on tour. I feel like this is like you have things saved up for this.
Yeah.
But when I first heard it, my first impression was like, damn, the Kanye lyrics on here are wow. Yeah. If you rebuke me for getting help on my beats, how do you feel about the nigga that's making your beats? And then when he mentions Virgil, you older than the nigga you running behind. Talks Kanye. What did he say? They're leeches, and they're like the embodiment of something like jealousy and stuff. With jealousy breeds, I was just like shit. Like the majority of that's a Kanye. The Pusha bars I thought were good too, though.
Yeah.
About how basically you're not the big deal drug dealer. You rap what you knew based on your brother, and there's multiples of you, and you're really not that bad of a guy. You know, like, maybe he's not approachable. What I heard yesterday, I thought it was a really good diss, and bars I really. Yeah.
I want to say something. I want to reply to you really fast before we jump into Adidon. I'm you know, a lot of people are intrigued about Drake's response. I'm not as intrigued about Drake's response. I'm more intrigued about Pusha's response to whatever Drake says, because you can be because realistically, if you I listened to Adidon a lot today, and the reason why it has like an ether effect to it. Like he's not like really like killing him with lyricism.
No,
it's just very like disrespectful.
Yeah.
And you like the next time I think that if you come up with another diss track where you're just that disrespectful, it's like you gotta do something else. Like you can't just like be disrespectful like twice. Like the shock value is gone. It's like, all right, yeah, we know you're coming for his head, but like where's the real bars? Like what are you really gonna do? So I think as far as Pusha goes, I'm really intrigued to see what his next move is if Drake. Yeah.
I need to see what Drake's next move. Well, You have any more thoughts on? I don't want to skip.
Oh, then I don't even know how to say it. The
Adidon.
Oh,
Adidon.
No, Ducky. It was just
like any lines that really.
I'm tired of sitting quiet and letting my.
Oh yeah, I'll forget about that.
It was like, yo, like you've been helping Kanye for how long? Like you just helped him like just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we talked about
your boy just like gave Pusha T like ammo, like and
the batter in his back.
Like it almost makes me feel like Kanye's an instigator in a way because this is all gonna play in his favor. And with this album and this whole June is basically good music release. It's not
and
Drake, but Drake on good music. Remember that when Kanye was like Drake on good music?
Yeah, he wish.
Jay-Z on good music.
Gotta pay.
Now, baby, I can't let him go ever.
But
that's why I think he responded.
I was just happy that we got another good battle. Like this is like a hip hop royalty battle, and there's no like I'm just a proud moment listening to Drake's verse and just like it was music to my ears. Like
yeah, I think Kanye pushed him to this.
Pushed him,
because I think to have your president, Kanye's president, again go at my lyricism and my pen game. After I literally just left y'all to work on your album, after I flew out for you at your request, for you to get on the record and question my pen game and still request my help, I think that really peeved him. And they had such like a shaky history up and down. I think that those balls he's been holding on, when we were talking in a group text, I feel like these are balls that's been on his mind. He's been holding on, clutching for a while.
I don't know, I loved it.
No, I love it. I just think that he wouldn't have responded if it wasn't for like in light of recent events. Like we still doing this after.
What do you expect from Drake's next response?
That's
how do you expect him
to
proceed from this point?
You want to talk about now or Adidon? I really don't know. Like I'm not counting out.
You're right.
Okay.
Let's talk about Adidon. I thought I fucked up. That was the charge.
You're like, ooh.
Shut the whole episode out. I was like, ooh. Let's talk about Adidon.
I was just unwinding after a hard day at work, and then my friend texted me, Drake in blackface. I chuckled. I didn't think it was a real photo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is funny. I listened to the track. Starts off with the Birdman, and they're not getting paid properly. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then immediately from there, just jaw drop.
Yeah.
My jaw just stayed dropped. From the parent to the shots to his mom.
Sandy.
You playing Border Patrol, Stevie out to his pops. You playing Border Patrol. To support you, claim your queen, and then you did the with it. I
hate that mucus mouth.
The 40 one, I was like, that's the only one I was like, I don't really cringe. I didn't cringe, but I was like, shit.
Yeah.
When I really go shit in hip hop, I was like, shit. And then the ending made me laugh. When was like talking about you upset. I chuckled at that.
Let me see you when you're angry.
I want to see you when you're angry. I was like, okay.
I was just, Jesus Christ, this is ultra disrespectful.
Yeah.
In the moment I'm listening, it's just shit.
Yeah, I mean, I really have nothing else to add on to. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that's what I felt. I was like, damn. Like the 40 line, like when I first heard it, it didn't really stick out to me. So I was like, oh, that's kind of corny, sick. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And I laughed, I chuckled at it. And then when my girl told me, she's like, nah, this nigga really sick. She's like, I think he's sick for real. And I Googled it and I was like, wait, let me go back and listen to this shit again. And I was like, yo, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I know. I listened to it like twice, and then I did like, I went on Genius, and a couple lines I read that stuck out to me. I was like, that was the one with his mom. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it's coming in last place, man.
It's disrespectful.
That's so much disrespect.
You know,
all this because he mentioned Virginia Williams. Drake.
Yeah, which is like come on. He said the mere mention of your fiance is the equivalent to this. Well, you know, I don't care.
Can't tell men how to react about
that's
that.
what. No, I agree.
I
agree. In hip hop general, you can't attack
somebody
and then
tell them how to respond. Yeah.
I just hip hop is all fake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just in shock.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people are in shock. Well, the main reason like why we're in shock is because like we haven't had this in such a long time.
So yeah.
Where it's like, damn, like
of this magnitude.
Can you really say that to someone? Like,
yeah, right.
So it's like, oh, but back in like the 90s or early 2000s, this had been like completely normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what like I found an article on Billboard where they basically were scoping how the beef started from like 2008. Mm-hmm. And apparently this started from Lil Wayne because Wayne thought that the Clips was trying to steal his style. So Clips came out with Me Too. Mr. Me Too, that was supposed to be directed at Wayne. And then multiple shots years later kept coming after that. But it was funny because I was on the phone with my mom and we all in a group chat, y'all texting it, and I wanted to listen to it so bad.
No, this cat texting it.
I
was like, somebody gonna reply to me.
I told you, I'm in the gym, I see 38 messages. I'm like, trying to do my crunches like this, like, what's going on?
But it was like an event.
Like, somebody better be dead.
We had a group chat, like, somebody better be dead. My boy was texting, like, two of my other boys was texting me, and I'm just like, yo, I need to get off the phone, like, and I did not, like, I kept telling my mom, yeah, and then I turned on the shower so she could hear me, like, he was doing everything I could, I was just like, you know what, I'll wait, and then, in anticipation to listen to it, I wasn't as excited as I thought I would be, like from a Pusha T verse. But then it's kind of like he's saying things. He's not really like making it lyrical, making it witty, and the things he's saying is like so close to the heart that I don't know. Like he wants Drake to get angry. He really wants to go under his skin because he knows he's sensitive. Like it's gonna eat Drake alive. But I think he's gonna come at him and his brother's relationship for sure because they have a terrible situation with the fallout between them two.
Yeah.
Well, not terrible.
Pusha and No Malice?
Well, Malice and him have some. Well, they have issues because of. I know they had label issues as far as Clips was concerned because they wasn't making money with the label. Like it was bad. Like they came out with. Damn, I don't remember the song they came out with, but Kanye produced it and it was supposed to help them boost their career and it fell out. They had the Re-Up Gang, that was a label.
Big deal.
Oh yes,
Kind of like a big deal, and that didn't go the way it was planned. They got released, you know, and Pusha T went a separate route than Malice. Malice went the church route. Pusha T still was doing the drug shit. So I expect that conversation from Drake. That's the only thing I think is gonna come out. But I don't know, I thought it was mediocre. Like, I thought it was just like, I didn't feel it as much.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard Adidon, because I did not, I was just like, shit. But then, now that I'm like, I listened to both of them again today, because in the moment for both, it's just like ecstasy.
It's a
like,
lot.
Jesus
Yeah, it's
Christ.
a lot. I felt so happy too. It's like, yo, like, we get to talk about it with each other. Like, who else do I want to talk about it with?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, but when you play it back though,
as actual
it does dumb down a little. It's like the effect of it.
So you're saying that his dad was a deadbeat, so now Drake's a deadbeat. It's like, all right, that's a good premise. But it's like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if Drake really has a son. I don't know his relationship with said son. I know what you told me. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's true. I know you attacked the shit out of his parents. I know that.
Y'all some new age niggas.
What?
I don't know if it's true. You too logical for rap, man.
No. What if we doing but then you do that with like Drake's thing. You're like, again, your main gripe was I don't write my pen, but then your camp keeps repeatedly asking me for my assistance. You are one of many rappers that rap about drugs. He's like, you don't sell as much as me, which is everybody. He pretty much says that to everybody. It kind of gets dull, but even though it's true. I had a signature of yours. No, I had a microphone of yours with the signature faded. Kind of resembles what's been happening lately. Talking about his career. I mean, it's just, if we're going personal to personal, I'm pretty sure he has more personal stuff that he does that I'm going to be even more like Jesus.
Yeah.
But I was telling Ryan, the one thing that sticks is like the blackface. I need to know, what is that about?
Ryan said it came from Degrassi.
Well, no, it was the Degrassi era. So that's when he was like in Degrassi, still trying to be like an actor and shit. And he was in mad pictures. Like he was doing weird, like, I used to look at websites like Nickelodeon, TV show blogs. And that picture would pop up on MySpace, like him with the green sweater and shit with the mask on his face. This is when Wheelchair Jimmy was popping, not Drake.
I used to watch. I didn't see that episode. I ain't gonna.
Nah, it wasn't a show. It wasn't an episode.
I didn't see a single episode.
It just, I remember that picture growing up as a teenager, seeing that like in just the internet itself. So it was just like, and there's two pictures. It's not just one. It's the other one. It's like black and like it looks like a sad cartoon, and the other one he's happy.
What do you think prompted Drake to actually respond? Like
the Pusha?
Yeah, because a lot of people come at him.
Kanye.
Kanye, no. You think Kanye inspired Drake to come back?
The fact that, because Pusha's been going at him for years, I think the fact that Pusha does this and Kanye, they're clearly working together. They produce all 7 beats, so Kanye sees this happen. And I think when you factor in how their relationship's been up and down, they don't see eye to eye, they do see eye to eye, they don't see eye to eye. Maybe things are on good terms, and then Pusha again. I don't know, maybe they had an understanding. Like he just came out to see him on this album like a month or 2 ago. I think that all the animosity he had finally built up, and it was just like, okay. And I also feel he had some bars with Pusha anyway, but then when you factor in, again, we have a relationship, and then I come help you, but then you allow your right-hand man to continue to attack me after I'm doing you this favor. I mean, I feel away. You know, when you factor in past experiences, I think that's what prompted it.
The Breakfast Club interview, he's like, you don't mention me with him in the same sentence. Both our pens are different. He does what he does for music, and I do what, he's like, basically, I draw. Drake doesn't draw like us. Like, you can't include me and him in the same conversation because I'm an actual writer and he's not. That, I think, that, and to me, I felt that was disrespectful because after all these years, you still were saying that as if you're like this like untouched like lyricist who like can write whatever you want, and this person isn't allowed because of a situation that happened in 2014, 13. And it's the same dude who you just needed to boost your album. He's doing the same thing. That I felt that. Like that was, and the way he was saying it, like, I draw. Like, you know, I draw. And like, it was like disrespect. Like, you're not gonna respect him still. Like, and he
said it. And I just left over from y'all putting pen in the sheets. I'm sick and tired of helping my enemies eat.
I don't know. It's just disrespectful, and he was a fan. Like the microphone, I sent the microphone. Like Drake bought that in an auction from before Pusha T. Like it wasn't like he didn't like it. So like, why are you?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. He mentioned in Vlad interviews where he remember the part he says your brother said it was your cousin and him than you. Yeah. That's from like a Vlad interview. So it's like he clearly is a fan. Like he pays attention to these stuff. That's what I think he was.
Do you think it has any part to do with him demolishing Meek Mill?
Well, I never seen him. All his decisions to me, and if I'm wrong, please point out one, just seemed like strategic. Like he just moves in a way that, I don't know, he doesn't really seem like, I don't doubt that he's an emotional dude, but I think between himself and his advisors, he makes just strategic decisions over emotion. So I don't really think he just jumped into this battle unprepared.
Oh, I'm not saying, I don't think he's unprepared. He's obviously not unprepared.
You're saying if like
I'm saying because
from him.
Yeah. He was like, I can do this as well.
Maybe. You never know about people's hubris.
Because I think that was like, Pusha was like, okay, maybe, you know. And even Charlamagne, like and that's what made me laugh too, because Charlamagne kept edging it on as if he knew something.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like,
he definitely did.
Like Drake. No, but like, how did Drake know? And then like it's something like I'm hearing a lot. Oh, this is set up for Memorial Weekend. This is a setup for hip hop. Like Kanye's dropped to drop, Drake's about to drop. This is perfect.
It helps, but I don't believe that just because of some of the. Well, obviously after yesterday, and they really are like, this is a. Yeah, you can say whatever as long as we do sales. If it's like that, then I just don't think so. Given what's been said.
Yeah.
I don't see how that would help. How that helped Drake at all.
But that's the thing, I don't.
Because he gonna sell regardless.
And And now you have this about him allegedly being a deadbeat.
Yeah, this is only really helping Pusha T right now, I guess.
Yeah, and good.
Yeah, good music as a whole, yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, and then, I don't know. I'm just...
Drake did respond pretty fast, though.
Yeah. But people had the album. When I think about it, people had
That's true.
So he definitely had it before.
They had the listening party that Thursday.
Yeah.
And there was mad people there.
And then regular people in the industry had it I think Wednesday. So he could definitely.
Something probably did before that.
Yeah.
Realistically.
That's true. I don't know.
If you think about people at the label, they have copies of the albums weeks before, weeks, sometimes even months before it's supposed to come out for press and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Got someone at the label.
Yeah.
That's a bigger Drake fan than Pusha fan. You'd be like,
and that is that one person that's just like that one.
And Drake is like, okay.
But I don't know. Who do you guys think is gonna win?
Who?
In honest opinion.
I know. Right now, I think Pusha, because I don't really know what he does. Drake. He was saying, Pusha T was saying on Breakfast Club today, I don't really have skeletons. A lot of people say that, but I really feel like I don't know what you could dig up. It feels like I don't know how you approach, because it's not in. He's very witty, Drake, but he's never gotten this blatantly disrespect. So I don't know if you could out disrespect Pusha T, and then Pusha T has nothing to lose versus you're on an album rollout, but who knows what else he knows about you. So what are you gonna say in this track?
That's the thing. Drake's entire life is so out there.
Yeah.
Whereas Pusha,
and who knows?
I don't know anything about him really, besides the fact he's from Virginia and he's still wearing braids in 2018.
He's 41.
I just found that out. I was like, how? As soon as he said that Kanye, I was like, wait, how old is Pusha T? And then Pusha T got Googled heavy that day.
Yeah, who knows the stuff that happens in the music industry behind the scenes that people know that you have to do to keep this image. Who knows the stories behind this thing? Meek said he got peed on, and it's
disrespect.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very intrigued with what he does. I'm not counting him out.
Yeah, What
do you think?
But he can't keep going. I don't know if he has. How much does he have to keep going back and forth with him? I don't know how much ammo he has. That's why I just think Pusha has way more ammo.
I think.
I'm not counting Drake out.
So I think Pusha has, unless Pusha just knows so much shit that the world doesn't already know about Drake. Because realistically, we already know Drake's a corny ass nigga. In his personal life, in his personal life he is. So it's we know his entire past, a lot of the corny shit he's done. Unless Pusha knows some wild shit, Drake is banging dudes or some shit in Hollywood, some outlandish shit like that. It's what else can you really say? That's why I'm I hope Drake comes hard on the next track, because I really want to see what Pusha does next. Because it's there's only so much just disrespect you could do. I want to see you come with some real bars. Mm-hmm. So I hope Drake comes out with the next song. And granted, Drake's not a real lyricist. Drake he loves to make songs that are diss tracks, but also are still going to chart.
Yeah.
So it's I need him to come out with something like a Diplomatic Immunity feel. But it's not going to chart. This is literally, I'm talking to you, this is for you. And then I want to see how Pusha responds. But right now, the way it's looking, just because I never seen Drake in this situation, and I honestly, I don't know if he's built for this kind of situation. So it's damn, I think Pusha's going to win, just because Pusha's more lyrical now, and I feel like he's more in touch with this gritty side that is required in diss songs and shit.
Yeah, I just think he has more to.
He has time on his hands too.
And time. I just think Drake has. I don't know.
Is Pusha
I don't
know.
know. He is. I think he is. Oh no. He's not. He talked about touring with Nas. He said, but they haven't said anything.
See, he got nothing but time on his hands. Whereas Drake got
he in the road.
I'm coming out, about to start a tour soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know.
I think he could do it.
Who?
Drake.
I don't think he's. I think his pen game is underrated. I think about his more lyrical songs. So I don't doubt his ability to. It's how many times are you gonna do that? Are you gonna just get him back and forth? How many back and forths?
Yeah. Do you think this has any effect? Do you think this has any effect on Drake's overall career? Like, even if he loses.
I need to see what happens with this next one.
What if he doesn't respond?
Then it won't affect him in the grand scheme. He's still gonna sell whatever. But I'm always that's gonna be like his LeBron in 2011 with the Mavs. That's the one I really wouldn't be able to defend.
When you ain't show up.
Yeah. That's the one I can't defend. It just I don't. You got that.
Yeah.
It's like you can't come back strong and then just not come back at all after he just insulted your parents and your best friend. But no. Apparently it's coming soon though.
Nah, I think he's gonna do it. I just think he has. It's more. I don't know. I feel like an Eminem 8 Mile. Like Drake has way more like.
That's one route if he does it in a clever way.
Like Drake,
he
has weird corny shit that's happened in his life. Like he was on a teen soap opera. Like if you can own up to your faults or like your problems or your mishaps, I think he can come out on top because we all know what he's gonna say. He's corny. He sings. He's emotional.
No, I don't know. I don't know what he knows.
Well, right now he says that basically he's coming at his character, like he's coming at his morals or like what he is as a human, which of course we know makes him sensitive because Drake thinks he's this person. So when someone comes at his morals or his character, I feel like he always. He's good at saying his emotions, but in a clever way where everyone agrees with what he says. And I think that's when it's going to be like, I won. It's going to be this song. It's not going to be like a Duppy or like a 7 a.m. in Calabasas. I think it might sound like, remember, Do Not Disturb.
Oh.
I don't know. That's how, it's going to be a real song.
A lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I see him as he's speaking his truth, like what he knows. And he's comfortable with himself now where he raps the way he wants and he knows how it could work for everybody. So I feel like this is a way better version of Drake from back to back. So I don't know. And I don't really want to think about it either because it's like I don't want to have expectations.
Yeah,
I can get disappointed and it's like,
this is just pure curiosity. I know he can make hits and I know he can spit, but I don't understand what are you gonna say to match? But you don't have to match the dish, but you have to be your wittiest. I mean, like you really
bet money. He said something about Pusha T's braids.
Me too. 41.
I guarantee there's gonna be one line about cornrows in there. I don't care what the song about. He'll just drop it in there as an ad lib or something.
Yeah.
Because even Pusha T got at his hair. It was about how he ate his hair nappy enough.
Oh, it's growing.
And there's a video of Drake on MTV talking about how he had a problem growing an afro because it always grew up in the sides and not up in top and never here. So
I mean, it's clever. Yeah, using the story of OJB question as his blackness
it's
and
cool.
stuff.
Like
but let's get
says,
talking about you stand next to Kanye who supports Trump, and then your producer also doesn't write. He said that. I think he said that because Kanye's a producer, it's not that big a deal. Which I wouldn't agree with. I feel like that's
he tried to steal Travis Scott's whole flow. Like everything about Travis Scott he tried to take. And you want to see him act like that.
That's that Kardashian shit.
That's crazy to me. Even Push tried to take that with I'm God, I'm the God flow. Like, come on, like what do you really he's just too old and he needs to quit. I just found out too he's a week away, like our birthdays are a week apart. I'm like, damn, me and Push. I'm like, damn, am I like that?
He
Like,
said congrats.
First Meek Mill, now Push. Like the people who just don't fuck with Drake are born in May. I don't know, but I'm still listening to Lil Baby.
But when do you think he responds?
Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Right.
I can see that to take away from the nigga that makes the beats. He's dropping out.
He surely is.
That's another thing that got overshadowed.
Yep.
I completely forgot.
That's crazy. I
Right.
did too.
And I think he's gonna do multiple songs, like how he does like a R&B song and then a diss track. I think it's gonna be something like that. I don't know. I hope so.
I do think that.
Y'all think Kanye gonna do numbers?
Not like he used to.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a real deal.
With all this shit going on.
He might attract the new fans.
Trump fans.
Oh. This dude just walked by and was like talking and
looking at you,
but looking right in my eyes and would not look away. What are you looking at?
But I think he's gonna do good just because everybody wants to see what he has to say.
You think he has any bars for Drake?
He better not.
If he does, they probably gonna be whack.
Pusha T wrote them.
Do you think though? If Kanye just come with his own bars, they gonna be whack.
I agree.
I don't know.
The last poop doobity scoop up in here.
Yeah, the last couple I've been.
Doobity scoop.
I'm
trying to think the last 5 Kanye verses I heard.
Thermoflu.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. The last 5 shit I heard was like 2 years ago.
What was it, 30 hours?
That liposuction sucked all the good bars out of him.
He did a song with Sample called St. Pablo.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
that was on the deluxe.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
It was like 2 years
That's what I'm
ago.
saying. Yeah. And even the shit on Push album, first time I heard it, I was like, God, throw that in rice. But now, it's aged better. And Daytona's fire, man.
He said throw that in rice.
I re-listened to it yesterday.
Nah, Push shit going,
man.
Not better than Lil Baby, though.
I don't know.
Can't fuck with Lil Baby.
I don't know about that. Daytona's just fire. What else happened this past week though? We went to our Roseanne bar.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
From Roseanne? Never seen the TV show Roseanne? You ain't missing much.
Oh, wait, is that with the big, I'm stretching, the big white guy, James, he was
John
from the Flintstones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Goodman, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man, don't take Ambien.
That's apparent. Wait, what's the woman's name that she called?
I forgot.
Oh, when she
Something
said the
Jones.
girls at 8, Vanessa Jones?
Vanessa Jones, she was like the old attorney general or
It's a combination of, I heard it today.
something.
Wow.
Under the Obama, she said under the Obama administration, and she said she commented under it shit and said it's a combination of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Oh yeah,
and Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
That shit is racist as
But
fuck.
she was on Ambien. Don't attack her. She was on Ambien. She's in a dark place right now. She said. She
So
feels
she's on
attacked.
Ambien.
She feels attacked.
Ambien makes you racist apparently.
Yeah, don't take Ambien.
Kept texting me at this board, and I ignored it. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. Then like around noon, I read the article. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, and her show was doing numbers.
Yeah, because it was like out in the 90s.
It's a reboot, right?
White people love that shit.
Love it.
They rebooted it. It was like the best rated show on ABC.
It was very scary because she was like pro-Trump in it. Very edgy.
Yeah.
Very appeals to a certain.
So it's like blackish, but for the white.
Yeah.
I didn't watch. Yeah.
I don't watch that.
But now, they canceled.
But they canceled it, and then all networks have canceled their reruns.
Oh, they so good. That's what it takes. Blame racism. You know that hurt they hard to do. That
What
shit was doing numbers.
Wait, so like everyone don't got a job now because of that?
No, they gotta pay them. They signed a contract.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So she don't care. But that rerun money, the rest of them probably care.
ABC kids, they were making multi-millions because that shit was doing numbers.
For real?
Yeah.
White folks love that.
You know that hurt that with ABC president Hart to
Yeah, he said, wait, what? He said racism is worth how much?
Wait, what?
You gotta cut that shit off.
He's like, okay, what's the alternative?
What
He went free RT.
They had charges like how long to this blow?
We can check that.
What if we cancel it but bring it back on? I don't know.
They might.
I saw something like that with bringing the cast back, but not her. I didn't click it.
That ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
She's the draw on that. But nah, they were doing numbers.
So the White House responded. They don't agree, but it says a media bias. It's like, yeah, that's wrong, but the main thing, the real important thing is it's a media bias towards her.
Oh, I fuck like the White House.
Y'all stay on brand.
Yeah.
Can I ask the question though? Is it wrong for her to express her opinion? I know what she said was wrong, but does she still have an opinion?
I don't think it's wrong at all. Like, I mean, I'm glad. Let us know how you feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm happy for this, but like ABC doesn't. They just care about the money and they know how it's gonna make them look as a network.
As a network.
Yep.
Like Twitter was already killing her, and most people didn't even expect them to cancel. Like I know a lot of people are shocked that ABC even made this swift because this happened like yesterday or
yeah, it was like the day after. That was like a huge repercussion.
Yeah, That's very quick.
But it's also like, you have to think about it, as a network, right, or as a brand in general, if one of your employees comes out and says something, they represent you. So if ABC does nothing,
you support these.
Then it's like you're supporting these views. Even if you come out and say, "Hey, we don't support this," well, realistically, you're still paying her. You're still airing her show, and then people who weren't even watching the show start really watching. Like, why y'all airing this pro-Trump shit and all this other stuff? And it becomes like just a windfall of things that can like come out of that. So honestly, I was shocked they canceled it. That was like
they could have kind of twisted. They are blackish. I can see a press release where they twist like, we don't support the views, but we like creators create, and you don't like this, we have alternatives. I could have saw something like that, but
still.
I know. Hey, I was surprised that they canceled it. I said that's the world we're living in then, because I was like pretty surprised that they did.
I mean, but they don't do that because of the world we're living in right now. Race tensions are so high right now, and everything's so damn sensitive.
That's another thing. Why say something like that on Twitter?
Ambien.
Said Ambien, beloved. She said she can't control her fingers, her thumbs. they just move her thoughts and they just type out.
She in a difficult time.
A dark place.
She's stressed right now. She ain't feeling it until when that contract's up. Then when them checks stop coming, that's when she'll feel it.
What else she got to think about the numbers? Our Roseanne made a lot of money. I don't know what else, to be honest.
No, that show made a shit ton of money.
So I know she's good.
Yeah, she
racist, but she good.
But she hasn't. I don't know her from a movie or anything like that. Or a TV show. Just know that.
I know she
disgusting ass laugh.
All them M's, she just let float away. She was about because they already renewed it for a second season. Oh yeah, she was getting paid. But damn, you just tweet like what, a couple characters.
Hated I had to be you.
Now it just seems like who's next? Then they got Morgan Freeman out here looking like.
Why they doing Morgan like that?
Like, man, y'all need to.
That can't be.
Why would say it's a trade for a trade? Hey, you got to work up there.
Don't beat you. They said, "Oh, you like Bill Cosby?" Where they got
like
who look like Bill Cosby? Let's get Morgan Freeman.
Who's the closest thing we can get? If they come after Denzel, I'm gonna be really mad. That's the one guy I hope they.
I ain't gonna believe. I don't care what they say.
Me either.
They can find a woman tied up in his fucking closet. I'm gonna say
that's an acting gig.
I'm gonna say nah. How much y'all pay her for that? Nah.
Put it in.
Not Uncle Denzel.
No.
Nah. Fuck that.
But while we're on the topic of racist tensions, how about the NFL protests and also the NBA player?
Sterling Brown, yeah. That's
because those two happen like between that and the
protest
rule.
Show me my touch first.
Because you compare and contrast. Either they happen within hours of each other.
Yeah.
Last week, so you compare and contrast.
Yeah. The protest rule.
It's stupid.
It's.
So you get fined.
It's like the most chicken shit way ever of like trying to resolve something. It's like, oh well. You can shoot now so players can either stay in the back and not come out during the anthem. But if you do come out during the anthem and you kneel, then you get fined and the team gets a penalty, I believe. A 15-yard penalty before the game starts. But it's like the NFL basically what they did when they did that, they took all the onus off of them and put it on the players now, because now all that does is gonna start locker room tension between players. They're gonna be so divided. Like everyone's gonna be so divided. People who don't listen. First of all, the people who don't come out the locker room, it's not like the media is not gonna recognize who ain't out there.
Yeah.
Then you become the target for not coming out the locker room. If you come out the locker room, then you're forcing someone to stand.
Your local beat reporter gonna be all on it.
All on that ass, especially and depending on what city your team plays in. If you play in the South, you play in the Bible Belt, you don't come out. This whole patriotism shit is like insane. So you don't come out. Literally, even the beat writers not trying to even thrash you. Mm-hmm. They'll just make a note. These people did not come out. Depending on all your local endorsements, all that stuff. But even like the team unity goes away because you got half, the offensive linemen who are like, whatever, all white, whatever. You just have like a mix of people in a locker room who have all different views. And a lot of people can't look past themselves to see, what you're doing something for, or what you're fighting for, what you're kneeling for in this case. I think it's going to cause a lot of issues this season. a lot. I think it's just like a very asinine solution to something.
Yeah, games are gonna be won or lost. People are gonna look back on them.
15 yards.
And how do they assess? I was actually.
Yeah, you asked me. I had no idea. Like, two people kneel, do.
Is it 30?
Yeah.
But if another team, the opposing team kneels.
Are they offset?
Offset.
So Sean King, you know who Sean King is?
Yeah.
He put out a report saying that like up to 20, a couple of NFL stars, he said, not players, stars, which would be interesting because I want to see.
I want to see it.
That's the issue with the NFL. I'll go into that in a second though. But he said a couple of NFL stars are thinking about sitting out this season until Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reid get jobs, and they're trying to get up to 25% of NFL players to do the same. That's the issue with the NFL, which has been an issue for a long time. That's why they don't have guaranteed contracts, because they have a players union, and there's so many players that the people who have to sacrifice the most are the people who make the most money. Because if they would have a lockout, basically, right? The people who don't make a lot of money in the NFL, who like don't have guaranteed contracts, won't be getting paid. Whereas people who make a lot of money, which are the few, the minority in the NFL, they'll be fine, but these people won't be fine. So it's like the NFL Players Association has to represent all these players as a whole, basically. So the overarching majority of them is going to want to keep playing because they need to get paid they get paid per game. It's not like the NBA where we have a lockout, we still get paid. Like everybody, you break your knee tomorrow, Chandler Parsons still eating.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yes.
So like now, like if that actually happens with Sean King's report, I think it's going to have a huge effect on the NFL because people, no matter what sport it is, we go there to watch stars. If stars aren't there, I don't want to see this. Like I remember last season when Aaron Rodgers got hurt and the Packers are playing like the Dallas Cowboys the next week, and I was like, I'm not watching this. I don't no disrespect, but I don't want to see Brett Hundley. Yeah. Like I want to see Aaron Rodgers because he's a magician. He's a superstar. Or you know, if a lot of like superstars, NFL stars, just like say, nah, we're not dealing with this shit right now. They'll figure that out. They'll get in that office and turn things around because the fact that first, that's another thing too. I jumped around, but they need to consult with the players.
I read that they rushed it out so much the memo still had typos on it.
Yeah.
The owners just consulted with each other. And they all felt they found a made a suitable decision for the situation, that they made this error-ridden memo and just rushed it out. It's crazy.
With no input from the Players Association.
And they thought that fixed everything.
Yeah. You didn't give at least give the Players Association reps, DeMaurice Smith, I think he's the executive director, At least have him there so you can have some kind of input, some kind of say to let them, at least give them the feeling that they were included. Like we had your rep here. Nothing. Just show. We don't care what you think. This is the new rule. We have now. There's no onus on us. Basically, it's all on you guys. Figure it out amongst yourselves.
Goodell said it was 30 unanimous, but then there's one owner that
San Francisco 49ers.
He stood out the vote, so he looks good. And the Jets owner, he voted for it, but he's agreed to pay any and all fines that they incur.
Yeah, I read that.
What the hell? Well, that makes no sense.
It's like you about to lose a lot of money.
Why would I vote for something that I might have to end up paying for in the end?
I guess
does the vote have to be unanimous?
It can't be because the 49ers.
So why, like...
You play both sides.
Yeah, he definitely played both sides. Why vote yes, and then at the end of it, when it comes out, and then the backlash from it comes out, then say, well, I'm going to pay everyone's fines. I would just vote no and been like, I didn't agree to this. Like, and and you vote no, and then, agree to pay everyone's fines, just more so like, you're on the same page the entire way. Like now it looks like you flip-flop. During the time you thought that shit was a good idea, but it's not.
Yeah, you really thought about it after the fact, but you see how they rush.
Yeah.
And that just goes to how they treat the players. Like when you go back to the comments, like the text and the owner made to you can tell how
the prisoners
some of these owners think about these players, and it's just you juxtapose that with the NBA, which is way more collaborative. Like the head of that league, I forgot her name, forgive me, but her and Adam Silver they got the extension done. I forgot the summer before, versus how Stern and the previous we had a lockout because of their relationship, but you see how we're gonna watch better times.
Yeah.
Juxtapose that. Like, how's your next bargaining gonna go? The NFL.
When is that up? 2019, I believe.
I think so.
2019, I believe. That's what I'm saying though. That like every time the collective bargaining agreement comes up, they negotiate and they end up somewhat in the same position because realistically, the NFL, the owners have all the power. Mm-hmm. But that's because it's in a system where they're built to win. But that's why I was saying that the people who make the most money, like all the stars, have to make the sacrifices so that like they literally like will work best if they pool their money together and disperse it, evenly enough to sustain the people who come out of who just got out of college and you're making. It's not a lot of money to us, but you're making like $390,000, but that's only like you only get paid if you get in the game or something like they have like all these weird little clauses in there where like if you're hurt you don't suit up you're not playing. I mean you're not getting paid. Mm-hmm. So like you might end up getting like 100 or even less than that. Some people, and you still gotta pay your agent. You still got all these other bills like everyday life bills that everyone has. So, I don't know, I feel like the people at the top really have to sacrifice to make that work. And over the years, they haven't. And it's hard for me to like say that I don't understand why they aren't. Because it's like, in the NFL, your career can end any day. Yeah. Any day. Mm-hmm. So it's like, my goal would always be to make as much money as I can. So I can take care of my family, have, create a legacy for my family. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, all right, say for example, we sit out an entire season, right? I lose out on $10 million, and then the next season, game when I get hurt, and my career's over. So like
that's it. Like
it can't be that because you're up against time. You're trying to maximize your potential earnings, like you said, and avoid hurt. CT, which you might still have when you. It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's a very brutal game. It's like very brutal.
They turned a tide in this previous offseason. They had the first ever fully guaranteed. What's his name? The quarterback.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
He's the first ever fully guaranteed contract. He's a quarterback. Mm-hmm. So it would start there, but it's like it'll be years before you see like a running back. You can't. Even their like lifespan or anything.
Yeah. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, NFL seems crazy. It seems like a whole show. Like they don't seem fair from what I read. Because I read the article where the Jets coach said he was going to pay the fines. But I didn't know like they didn't allow them to have a say in this new contract. Like how are you going to have a contract for players that play the actual game but you won't include them in it?
That's the craziest thing. Not to harp on it. We can move on to it. It's like, you really think you fixed the situation. You think that this will fix the uproar in your league while you still have Eric Reid and Kaepernick out. One is suing you and one might. Eric Reid, was preparing for a collusion case. And then you don't factor in how you alienate your current fan base. Like you have African American fans, minority fans. How do you think they're going to feel reading all this and the way you treat players? Mm-hmm. But they'll see. They'll see.
But a major part of me, you gotta think about it, a lot of these owners are old white men. And I think that in their minds, they're still living in like the 50s, 60s. Like, realistically, if minorities like, just say, nah, we're not dealing with that shit and pull away our economic resources from the NFL, like, yeah, we're not watching. We're not going to these games. The motherfuckers, they'll be hurting. Like, they'll be hurting. If you wanna, I'm not saying to do this purposely, but the way it appears is like every step the NFL is making is like either in response to Donald Trump or you're not sitting with your players, you don't have your players' backs. And a lot of like African Americans in particular, like we view that as like you're basically like just shitting on your players who are mostly African American. Mm-hmm. So if you want to, I guess, portray yourself as if you're more worried about what one side of your fan base is gonna think of you rather than the other side, then you're gonna lose regardless. Yeah, you're gonna lose regardless because it's either you cater to the way they're playing is like we have to cater to you or cater to them. Mm-hmm. rather than just remaining neutral. Like, you can remain neutral, but still say, you know, these are our players. These are, like, the NBA always does this.
That's
like, the players are our partners. This is a partnership, you know?
And they always speak out.
Always.
Got LeBron, the face of the league, publicly adding the president, calling him out. You don't think that alienates him to fans? Silver doesn't at least publicly interfere, and LeBron hasn't stopped. Yeah. So it makes me assume like nothing's happening behind the scenes. Like they're just like letting them go. And their ratings, granted, they're not the NFL. The NFL's ratings are still, they're coming down from the heights they were, but they're still better than the NBA. Yeah. They're declining, even though they're better, but the NBA's are rising. So it's like that's not alienating their fans. Like people are managing to still win the game, even though they don't.
And the thing about it, I feel like in this day and age, granted, like, you know, racial sensitivity is at an all-time high. Not an all-time high, obviously, but like all-time high in our lifespan right now. Like most people are understanding of racial issues. I think it's more surprising when people choose not to be understanding. Like I feel like you're making a choice. I feel like the NFL owners are just making a choice right now. Yeah. Like, oh, you're not gonna affect my bottom dollar. Nope. All right, cool. I'm not gonna understand. And that's like kind of similar to like how President Trump approaches everything, where he just like says what he wants to say, knowing that it's gonna that he's gonna get a reaction out of like a certain segment of the population, mostly minorities, and he's gonna have, you know, his loyal fan, you know, his loyal supporters like going nuts, like super excited that he said this, like, yeah, that's how we feel. I don't know, it's just
but that's another thing. Like this collusion case is going on. I'm reading how you have Robert Kraft and what's the Cowboys? Jerry Jones personally talking to Trump. So he's your players see, like obviously we know you voted, but your personal friends and you guys are commenting on this kneeling thing, and they both pretty much admitted that Trump influenced like their decision making.
Yeah, and as soon as they made that decision, Trump tweeted, "It was a great decision by the NFL." Da 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 da. Whenever Trump doubles down on top of whatever you did, most of the time it's not a good thing. Yeah, it's like he doubled down on the Kanye shit, and Kanye said, you know, I was like, Kanye, this ain't a good look, beloved. Whenever Trump doubles down, it's just like, I fucked up somewhere along this path. If I ever do anything and Trump's like, good job, Jarrell, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah.
People gonna tell me about that.
Word. What else happened this week?
There was like 4 things. I forgot what else I put on that list.
Kim K and Trump. You said something about that.
And they weren't in the main 4. It happened though. She's meeting him to pardon her great grandmother. I forgot what else. Do you have it? That text you? I know finals. But I could have sworn. It was like it was Sterling Brown.
Yes.
That's what it was.
So Sterling Brown, was he a rookie this past season?
Yeah.
He was a rookie this past season for the Milwaukee Bucks. He didn't get pulled over. A cop was supposed to write, but he's at Walgreens early, late in the night. He parked in a handicapped parking spot because he just wanted to run inside the Walgreens really quickly. Came back out. The cop was asking what he was doing, was going to write him a ticket. The cop was being very hostile with him.
On video.
Very hostile, all on video. I think like a minute in, 3-4 more cop cars pulled up. This is all because he's parked in a handicapped parking spot now. 3 or 4 more cop cars pull up. The cop, you can hear the cop in the video saying, he's saying stop touching me or stop approaching me. But you can see Sterling Brown's not even moving towards him. Sterling Brown's like saying, you're moving towards me. And the cop's like, stop moving towards me. Like he's just being very hostile. And then you hear him saying, taser, like get the taser. And like taser him, throw him to the ground, and like taser him multiple times. Yeah. But this happened in January. And they didn't release the film till a week or 2 ago? Last week they released the footage. And then they released the footage, and the chief of police spoke out, and he was like, "They've been disciplined." No detail as to what discipline is. Nothing. They've been disciplined.
I'm tired of hearing that.
For real.
it's almost as scary to me because it's like, yo, like if I'm just walking, any of us are just walking, and it's like if you just say something that's not even.
What's the thing? Not even say you just walking.
You just walking. It's like, oh yeah, what did I do, officer? What you mean? What? Like it's just anything can just spark. And it's like, what are these cops really here for? Are they really here to protect, or are they just here to pick people off? Because it's like you really just picked them off.
It's one. It's power. That's one. Two, it's fear. And then three, it's teaching. Like, you're taught you can get away with this. Like over the years, like no matter what happens, no matter if they have on camera, no matter what, you'll get your bad press for 2 months. You're gonna get off.
Yeah, something else will happen.
Yeah, you're gonna get off. This is the shit they get. Desk duty. You still get your paycheck. Suspended without pay. Suspended with pay, correction. That's a fucking vacation. Like,
that's what I always. That's what I always heard when I heard that.
Suspended with pay. That's a vacation.
I did one of them.
Well, I'm like, wait, what? 2 months? but realistically though, we're joking about it. But seriously though, like,
that is.
There is no like serious repercussions or discipline behind what happened. Like to this day, even then, no, like the cops' names weren't released. If this would have been the opposite, the reverse situation, where he was like attacking a cop, or he really was the aggressor in the situation, his name would have been all over the place. Even if he wasn't an NBA player, if he just, a normal black guy or a normal minority in general, his name would have been all over the place, attacking the police. And you've seen all these what's the blue shit that you see? Blue Lives Matter and those other shit that you would have seen all over the place. But none of us know any of these cops' names that did this. None of us know what kind of discipline was given to them.
I feel like more has to. I don't feel like since you did it to an NBA player, I feel like they could really push the issue.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the coming.
Yeah.
This is not going to be the end.
Oh, of course not. I think he's suing the city, or suing the police force. Suing the city, but suing the police force, which is the city, I think.
So those names will come out.
Yeah, those names have to come out. I want to see. First of all, I want to see the names, and granted, at the end of the day, I don't think anything's gonna happen to them.
Yeah. Like
realistically, but I want the names to come out. I want it to get to court where they're like, whoa, what kind of discipline was actually given to them, and then see the chief of fucking Milwaukee police answer, and be like, oh well, we gave this one desk duty and we put this one in training or send him home with pay, and just.
I need to know why you felt that was enough.
Yeah, like. Well, why?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I don't know. It's just insane that this keeps happening over and over again, and they continue to get away with it.
And I think the NFL memo, the ruling on the end, that happened like hours later. I think that was the same day.
It's a couple hours after the video came out. Yeah.
So
yeah. But that's why, real talk, as much as like. I'm not gonna say I hate all cops, but whenever I have an interaction with a cop, my natural feeling is to rebel, but it's like realistically I just want to get home.
Yeah.
Like I just want to get home, and it's like right to the point where I have kids and shit. I'm like, damn, I gotta fucking like I hate that I gotta like tell like my son in the future like you have to act differently than this white boy's gonna be able to act with the cops, and. It's scary. Like I've had run-ins with police, and I'm just like, all right, so let me just sit the fuck down and shut the hell up. And like, there's been times where like, no matter how respectful you are to them, they'll just be like, yo, shut up.
Yeah. I don't even bother.
Yeah.
I just, like you said, I just want to get home. Like, I don't even look at them in the eye. Like, even when I come down here, you see, I just walk. Like, if I look at you, I know you're gonna look at me. You're gonna see a look, and it's just like I'd rather just keep it walking. I have my headphones on.
Real talk, I'm not even bullshitting you. If we recorded in the middle of Fulton Center, there should be fucking packed, mad people walking around. If, for example, I'm making a very outlandish situation. Say I got my headphones in, the cop is calling me because you don't have the random bag checks here, right? I don't hear him, and say he just shot me, like, because
I think about that
like,
too.
Or if I turn around abruptly because I didn't hear you and he shot me in front of all these people, he would still get off. Like that shit is like,
yeah.
I put my head. I never put my head on my feet. That's like the only time. Like my pops like always raised me to like keep your head. My dad's like a very proud man. My dad, if you ever met me, like walks. He look crazy as hell sometimes, but he's like always taught me like keep your head up, like make sure your neck and your posture is right when you're walking around. Like never let anyone see you down. When I see cops, I put my fucking head down because it's like I'm not even trying to like look you in your eyes. I don't want you to think I'm trying to be rah-rah with you. Nothing. I have nothing to prove to you.
You're invisible.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get home, beloved. Like I want to be invisible to you. Like you don't see me right now. I'm not even here right now. I just want to go on and get home safely. You know.
Yeah. Good thing we're good individuals.
Yeah.
Y'all from Coolin out?
Y'all some funny little niggas.
Thank
you, officer.
I'm Puerto Rican, sir.
See the bun?
See the bun?
Oh, man.
Just want to quickly tackle the finals.
Yeah, let's get into that.
And we just,
what's going to happen?
4
or 5, Kev.
You know what my heart wanted to say, but my mouth, I'm going to say 5.
You know what? I'm going 6. Nah, I'm fucking I can't.
After what I've seen these last, 2 months with the Cavs?
First, honestly, when against all, just logical thinking, I was like, I'm going to give them 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after the game, Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals, when I saw LeBron with the ice bath, like with the looking like Patrick Ewing, I said, I don't think he gonna make it. Like he had ice all over him. And I was like, maybe this is how he looks, all the time. But I've never seen that on camera. And he just looked like old to me. And I was like, damn. Granted, he's still putting up numbers and putting in work, but it's just like Golden State and them, they all in their prime.
But they don't have Iguodala.
That shit, yo.
Kept said that.
Me, man.
I heard that today from Skip Bayless.
I was like, yo, I might have to stop watching talk radio.
Listen,
for the game.
But it's, at first I thought it was just Skip, but I've been hearing a lot of
that's what the thing.
Prominent announcers saying
let's trip off Skip. We got Skip agenda. What are there other people?
Talking about isn't he LeBron? He should be able to beat this team.
Draymond is averaging 11, 11, and 8. He their 4th best player. And you talking about the LeBron stopper. That's what I mean. They make him work. You know that little cliche shit. LeBron averaged 35 points last year. 35 points the year before.
Mm-hmm. They said I heard people say, he ain't gonna be there. He's gonna have Kevon Looney guarding him, right? So
the yellow tape.
They said LeBron was easy 40, but who gonna stop Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green from scoring? It's only okay. Cool. You score 40. Cleveland can't. One, they don't play defense.
Yeah.
If Kevin Love doesn't play, who else gonna really score besides LeBron?
And if Kevin Love does play, is he?
Which Kevin Love gonna show up? So it's like LeBron can have 40, 15 rebounds and 10 assists, and they can still lose by 20 plus points.
Yeah, you think about their best case, like slow it down, obviously drain the clock. Then it's like, who's gonna stop? Who's gonna guard who? He ain't gonna be on the right.
And playing Golden State at the pace that they normally play at, which I think they will get back to their style of play.
They can't match that.
Hell no. What?
Actually, they play that style.
LeBron likes to rest now.
Yeah.
Where he gonna rest if they playing like that?
Yeah, he got to guard like Draymond.
He gonna have to guard.
He can't guard.
He got to guard Kevon Looney, whatever that dude name.
Oh yeah.
Put him right on him, cause
I hate them.
I hate Chris Paul's hamstring.
Word, me too.
God, what if?
Well, you know what? I want to say I hate them, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not. Listen, listen. I'm not one to complain about the refs, but they did miss some very crucial calls that changed the momentum. 3 in a row. And I tweeted about this. Y'all go back and check. While it was happening, I was tweeting about this. Both of those, was it Looney or was it Bell? It was Bell. both of those were fouls. James Harden shooting those 2 threes.
Yeah.
Those were fouls. Those were back-to-back plays.
Oh yeah, right in front of them.
Yes, those are like, it wasn't even like he, at first, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, he flopped. And then Chris Webber was like, no, that was a foul. They played it 12 months ago, he actually fouled him. Second time, he comes out and like does the same thing again, except Jordan Belt hand actually get caught in there. Harden does a super round and actually shoots up. And no call. So that's a potential 6 points right there. Here comes the swing. The next play down, Jordan Bell sets a fucking moving screen in the corner for Steph Curry to hit a 3. That's a 9-point swing right there. And momentum is all gone. It was like the most obvious moving screen.
I know. You can't miss 27 threes.
No. I'm just saying, but that was like where momentum was swinging. But they killed themselves. They shot themselves in the foot, and then in the stomach, and then in the head. They said, "Oh, they said I can still move a little."
They look at the hole where their feet should be. It's like, this ain't enough.
So I worked my way up. Shot him in the knee. He said, "I'm
27 straight threes." I heard that like one in.
I'm most disappointed in Trevor Ariza.
Oh, he had some of those were clean. A lot of them were clean.
Clean looks. First of all, how do you play 41 minutes and score the same amount of points I scored?
Where were you, sir?
On my couch. 41 minutes and you didn't score a point? But I blame D'Antoni. But you know what? I really blame James Harden because if LeBron's in a situation, Chris, no, not even that. But say D'Antoni was like, you know what? All we're gonna do is shoot threes. A real superstar would have been like,
that's no.
Or you wouldn't probably, if you don't have to say nothing, just go out there and do it.
Yeah. Go
out there and do it. You see that whatever you're doing is not working.
And then Eric Gordon constantly attacking the rim. You get automatic too.
Eric Gordon goes to the rim and he looking like he dunked on KD. I said, oh, this nigga looking like a young boy. But like a real superstar just has to be like, you know what? I'm gonna deviate from whatever your coaching strategy is for this play because right now we're up 11, now we're up 5, and now the game's tied, and now we're down 9, and we're still shooting threes. Like, shoot.
It hurt it really.
It was
they got up, and I was getting excited. And that Big Meg was like, it's a long game, isn't it? I was like, damn.
Yeah, I go back and check my timeline. I texted at halftime. I tweeted at halftime. I said, I'm trying to get back on Twitter now. I'm trying to, use my social media a little more. I act like I'm 37. Like I don't like you shit. But tweeted at halftime. I said, I'm not even gonna get excited right now. I said, Warriors are a third quarter team, so I can't get excited.
I was so frustrated.
Third quarter came up.
I watched that. That was the saddest game.
Why are you doing
I felt bad watching Chris Paul just sit there.
Oh, he's slamming chairs. I don't even play.
I felt, and I wanted him to at least go to the finals. Like this is the furthest he's ever
probably
been.
would have, but can't do
I wonder what he was saying on the sideline. Like I would have definitely attack. But
apparently he recruiting James already.
Yeah, but
we had that.
These step back threes, I'm just like,
God, you gonna win MVP and we can't even count on you to.
2 games in a row.
They're up 17 in Game 6,
and then
granted, both before the halves, but you can't maintain 2 double-digit leads back-to-back games.
Not even maintain. Y'all losing by.
By double digits.
You losing by double digits.
How you up by 17 and you lose by double digits? That's wild.
Like a tale of 2 halves for real. Like they just. Now I gotta watch these motherfuckers win rings again.
You saw, we wrap this up soon, but you saw somebody ask Durant today how he feel about, I think LeBron carrying the team. See how he feels, and he was like, basically he's just gonna play his role on his team. And, he's just gonna do the best thing to help his team win. Shut up, I hate him. So you think he's better than LeBron?
In his head?
Yeah.
Probably. He shouldn't. Just as fucking. Just as fictitious as his fucking burner accounts. If we think that. But
Kurt talking about they winning 5. It's just
But you know what? Everyone, you know what?
Basketball guys.
I'm gonna say this really quick. LeBron gets the most scrutiny.
Ain't nobody like him.
Out of any athlete I've ever seen, he can't do anything without people scrutinizing him and criticizing him. Every move he does, they say he's always trying to create a narrative, right? Before Game 7, right, when Steph Curry came out and was talking about the Cavaliers
players, I knew. I said, sneaky motherfucker.
I said he trying to create a narrative right now. He trying to sit there and make it seem like the team is better than what they really are.
They know what was coming.
Exactly, they knew.
I hate them, man.
They knew.
You think we stupid?
Yeah, so he tried to play with the media and toy people's minds and make it seem like the Cavaliers were better than what they are. So when they beat them, they get the world will get recognition for it. No, motherfucker, you didn't. You're supposed to win.
You really say you have Durant, Clay, and you really think he has help.
Yeah.
Isn't Kevin Love might play Game 1, or is he injured?
He's questionable.
And even that might not.
That's not enough.
If he
doesn't
play,
that's not enough.
There's no guarantees except for glorious baby boy. That's it.
That's it.
That hurt my heart when
I December 1984.
That was petty of Steph Curry. Like, you really gonna act
like what he was doing.
We knew what he was doing. He definitely was trying to create a narrative to say that Cleveland was better than what they were, and if they're gonna be a challenge. Golden State's probably in their locker room. They probably not even practicing.
Knowing them, they are very arrogant.
Yeah.
Everything I read.
Swaggy P, they're like, yo, you ready for your first ring?
No, he want to go party.
He ready.
He ready to go party.
He ready.
Bro, I'm in on this note. Braun ready to go, but
if
he do this, I don't want to hear shit.
All summer 18.
I don't want to hear.
It's like Drake.
If Braun and Drake do this,
I don't want to hear nothing.
Babe, don't wait up.
Everybody gotta say sorry.
Wait up, I apologize in advance.
I don't want to hear nothing.
That might have lost his mind.
I don't want to hear nothing.
By the time they hear us, what? By the time three games would have been played.
N-U-F-F-I-N.
We hoping for the best. What do you think it is by next? By the time it's that's why I told you I was glad that Game 4 is on a Friday, so at least we
get one game.
Because and Braun, I trust, but I took all the money I got for the house. I took it out. I sold everything. I sold
everything. The next time we record, it'll be 3 games in, right?
Depend when we record. It's either 2 or 3. At least 2 or 3.
So if it's 3, I'm gonna say it's 2-1. I'm gonna give Braun because the third game. I think they're gonna lose both games in Golden State.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give Braun 1 in Cleveland. I think hopefully Golden State's game won't travel too well. Mm-hmm. And I think we caught off guard the third game, which will be the first game in Cleveland. But then that second game, they just gonna.
I don't even know who they start. Because Braun not guarding Love, but who you put up? I'm guarding Durant, but who you put on?
It's gonna be a struggle.
Slow it down.
Listen.
Leave Draymond.
Cleveland, we need you. The city of Cleveland, whatever hotel they in, cut the hot water off.
Send all your energy to Braun.
Cut the heat off. I be living foul. Like the A's, back in the A's, they say away teams locker rooms to cut the hot water off. I be doing all types of wild shit. Whatever hotel they at, I'm doing everything. No heat, nothing. It's gonna be hot. No AC, nothing.
They need Iggy. The audacity.
This is nonsense. I'm depressed now. Let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah, but
all praise to Braun now. I just want to see a competitive series, and this is not gonna be competitive. Braun will put up numbers though. He don't get his.
Yeah.
He don't get his.
He gonna see who? What? That ain't your usual suspect.
He said
he gonna see blood.
Okay. You say Looney Tune. Okay, I got you. All right, guys. Thank you again for checking out the podcast. It's another week.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure y'all rate, share, subscribe. Check out the YouTube page. Got the full length vids. It's actually gonna be up on there.
Mm-hmm.
Full length, make sure y'all check that out.
We're back heavy this week.
Make sure y'all subscribe. We came back. We had a little short episode last week, so we felt like we're gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
We
coming from the future.
Yeah, man.
That Drake, this was fire, and Braun managed the game.
Oh yeah, hit us up. Hit us up and let us know what you guys think about the Drake disc, the Pusha T disc. Who you think's gonna win?
Who you agree with?
Yeah, all your thoughts. Hit us up. All on IG, everything. Coolin Out Pod, everything. Till next time, it's Coolin Out.
Stay cool.
Meow, meow, meow.